You're not live yet.
Oh,
Now we're live. Hey, everybody.
hey everybody. I said hey everybody too soon.
She's jumping the gun.
Jumping the gun. Excited to be here. Excited to see all your faces. Thank you so much for coming.
Been a big week in Hedgehog land here.
Yep.
Lots of stuff going on.
Hedgie says we're ignoring him lately. I don't know why.
Hey, Zombie Prepper. Hey, Faye. Hey, Josh. Hey, Bruce. Everybody thus far that's joined. So you saw the big news. We picked a green colored tractor.
Yep.
And yep, the only difference between men and boys is the price of their toys. Although this isn't technically a toy, it's a work implement.
Yeah.
Machine.
It's a must have on a piece of property like that.
Yeah.
And
it definitely is.
Figured we were going to have it for the rest of our lives. So.
Yep. Got to take care of it. Hey, Cajun Hydroponics.
Hey, Cajun.
So yeah, it's an investment, but something we could end up passing down.
And thank God we have it right now because you made our home pad with it.
Hey, Gil.
Hey, Gil. You made our home pad with it, and
hey, Christy Betts.
We wouldn't have been able to do it without that because to get an implement, to rent an implement out here, or what do you call a cat or
a bulldozer?
A bulldozer.
Blah,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's 35. Hey, all that fluff and stuff.
Hey.
Good day, mate. Yeah, to rent a bulldozer 3 weeks out and $3,500 for a week. It's $2,200 for the bulldozer, but then it's like $1,300 more bucks in fees, delivery, and insurance, and all this stuff. So, we got the home pad. The pad is basically made right now. We have I can say that anyway. We have rock. We have rock coming. I mean, that's going to be coming up, but we have rock coming on Monday and Tuesday. So we'll see if that's going to be enough rock. Yeah, if the weather.
We're crossing our fingers on the weather right now.
Well, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday hopefully should be fine. It's not supposed to rain until Thursday.
Yeah. And Tiny Home is supposed to come
this week.
This week.
So you guys should be seeing something maybe by next live. We might have some video out there about the new Hedgehog Manor.
Yes.
And then that's going to be a lot of work. A lot of work. Thanks, Faye. Yeah. But yeah, big news. I've already put 25 hours on the tractor. Big news.
Sorry. Let me turn that down.
I've already put 25 hours
the wrong way. Okay.
So you got to go into the settings and do your thing.
Yeah.
You can't do it from there.
I can mod them.
Okay. Yeah, so we got almost 25 hours on the tractor, and it's working full. Had a couple small hiccups with it. Hey, Mark and Deb. Good to see you.
The leveling rod broke the very first day we had it, right?
Well, it's a gauge to tell if your bucket's level when it's on the ground.
You can still use the tractor, just
bent the heck out of the bracket because it basically just went kaput. But yeah, so that went, yeah, pretty much the first day. Either the rod fell out or there's a little guide nut that probably came loose.
And, can't tell you about the other thing because it didn't come out on video yet.
Right. Yeah, and then we had another small hiccup. Hey, Mountain Grandma. Thank you very much. We had another small little hiccup that you guys will see coming out here pretty soon, but it's a working machine. I think we settled on something that was about the right horsepower, not too many horsepower, not too few house. Well, you could always use more horsepower,
Right.
but
a guy that has his own farm is like, you got the right thing.
Well, yeah, we could have
gone bigger, but ouch. On the pocketbook, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it was the right compromise between horsepower, not yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down or eat. It was a hedgehog hold. A what? What do you thank you, Christy Batts. And her name is Mabel because she ain't too pretty and she ain't too ugly. So I think that's a fitting name. And if your name's Mabel, don't be offended. But kind of an old-timey name. Yep. But just kind of fit.
She knows her place.
She knows her place, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mabel, she's been a good gal so far. We got hundreds of more hours. And I'll share what we do have in the works. This is what we do have in the works right here. This bad boy, the Binford Model 25,000 for you tool time people. This right here, she'll make shrimp kebabs. She'll make shrimp Creole. She'll make shrimp etouffee, Cajun shrimp, boiled shrimp.
She will level ground.
Yeah, this is the big daddy right here.
This is the thing that's going to help us level the rest of our ground and also do our driveways and keep them in good, sound shape.
Yeah, since we have 4,000 feet of driveway, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is the big daddy right here. And hopefully, they say it's supposed to be here Tuesday. But we really need this because it turns out that although it's a stout loader Mabel has herself a stout loader. She's not a backhoe.
No.
She's not a skid steer. She's Mabel. She's a green tractor.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So this right here allows us to rip, and it's got a hydraulically controlled scarifier.
Mm-hmm.
Learning all about this stuff, lots of fun. But that basically allows you to put your little ripper teeth up and down, and then fill. Right now, we pretty much have the tiny home pad. It's hydraulic, Gil. We have our tiny home pad pretty much done. The only thing I need to do is I forgot to ask the gal the calculation for the rock. I got 24 tons of, hey, Louis Mastro Mateo.
Thank God we got our ag exempt.
Oh, yes.
Status.
Thank you, Tennessee. We love you already. Love you long time. Love you short time.
Because we don't have to pay tax on a lot of these things.
Yeah, we just went to Rural King the other day, the Redneck Walmart. And
my favorite place to shop, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got the chickens I want.
Yeah, they have lots of poultry.
Yeah.
But we had a three Ben Franklin bill and only had to pay $4 in tax. So you got to like that. Hey, Stringfield Ridge Farm.
Howdy, Stringfield.
And so it automatically puts our ag exempt on what we needed to be ag exempt on. We got us some chain.
What they allow to be ag exempt on.
Right.
Yeah.
It automatically puts the ag exempt on.
And our tiny home was under that.
That's
because
right.
It's a shed.
That's right. So we got us some chain and got me another couple chainsaw, a couple chains. Need to get them sharpened up. And Um, oh, the cat's behind. Well, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. The bee's knees. And yeah, so
we're also waiting on our other implement, which is
yeah, we're still waiting on our disc cutter.
right.
That should be here. I don't know when, sometime
It's
in the
somewhere
future.
in the country.
Yes, it has a serial number.
Yeah, that's all we know.
That's all we know. But this box blade is what we need. We need the box blade yesterday. And like I was saying, I talked to the mechanic at our local John Deere, and he said, "Yep, Mabel, she's not a skid steer, and she's not a backhoe.
And you shouldn't be doing that stuff.
You shouldn't really probably be doing that, but Mabel, she's a stout workhorse. So she's getting her done, and I'm easy on her. First gear and 1800 RPM and just chugging along at
Yep.
0.9 mile per hour. So I'm seeing me a lot of the same countryside,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful countryside to look at. So there's that. So I like my new work environment. It's way better than my old work environment, which is sitting behind a computer,
Right.
which, yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with that, Lewis. Just you wait and see. But tiny house coming this week, and then the fun will really begin in earnest.
Yeah, the tiny house is empty inside.
It's unfinished.
Yep.
Yes.
So we'll be putting in electrical, insulation, all kitchens.
Cabinets,
We'll be
toilets,
doing the plumbing.
framing.
We'll be framing a wall.
Yeah.
Um,
It's basically going to be a two-room. It's going to be a bedroom and then a open concept living room and kitchen.
Right.
So, hey, Brooklyn's honeybees. How are you tonight? Thanks for coming up. So, hey,
Rebel.
Tammy. I even remembered your name now. How about that?
Tammy's awesome. We love Tammy.
Yes, thanks for the good tip, by the way, on how to reuse your ball lids.
Yes.
That's awesome.
He's so happy we're saving money.
Well, we didn't save money on our ball lid the other day because Granny got it before we could get to it. But it's okay.
They're hard to come by these days, so I was so thankful for that tip.
Yeah. Are you not paying attention on your mod duty?
Oh. Backwoods got it.
Thanks, Bruce. So, yeah. So that was a great tip, Tammy. Thanks so much. And saving money is always awesome. Thanks, Bruce. Like I said, yeah. So we're going to be finishing. So once we get it placed, which should be this coming week, weather permitting, I'm hoping the box blade comes in on Tuesday. Then, if I really hurry, I can have the pad all set and just a little beauty of delight. It's pretty flat. We actually decided we're going to change the orientation of the house. It had always been my dream because when I would go to the property, I'd sit in the back of my truck with my portable rocking chair, and I would sit there, enjoy the sun, and kind of look to the south. And when I would do that, I always thought, well, this is where our front porch will be. But I'll tell you, it's looking down the road, which it's a nice view. But actually, if we look, we're going to turn it to the east because after further discussion and after we we went and kind of did a rough stake, rough measurements. It was the wind must have been blowing about 20, 30 miles an hour.
Oh my goodness.
But the tape had to fight just to keep the tape straight. But we did a rough measurement, and then it kind of really gave us an idea. Tomorrow we're going to go get some stakes, some proper wood stakes, and then we're going to do our measurements there, more exacting. But yeah, when the tiny home comes, then we will be kicking it into high gear. We're pretty much out at the property every day. I went out there today. Laura stayed home and ate bonbons and took naps. And
Edited.
she was eating her bonbons and enjoying life of privilege while I was out working.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. Nothing to see here. Keep it moving.
It was only dirt work today, so what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Get a shovel, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
I could have took down more trees, I guess.
Yeah, some of the brush.
Twigs.
That's another thing is, so that lumberjacking video, I don't know who saw it, but the problem my technical editor, my creative director, my talent manager over here next to me,
Whatever.
That tree that we put in slow motion, you guys didn't get to hear me whoop because it was pretty exciting, because that was a good sized tree, and it hit the ground, and it was it was exciting. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
But we didn't catch it because I failed to inform my talent director what I was doing.
What you would have heard was whoop, whoop, because it was in fast mode during that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Whoop.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. But you guys got to see a little bit of what that entryway is like. We could rent a mini excavator. I bet you, working sun up to sundown. I bet you 2 weeks, because we need to have a thumb. We need to have a thumb on the grapple so we could actually grab onto stuff. Mabel, she isn't good for that stuff. I could put a chain around it and kind of tug it out, but geez, that would take forever.
Does anybody have an advice on that? I think that might be the way we have to go, because
a mini excavator.
No, we might have to do the chain thing because it's costly, honey.
The what?
It's costly.
The mini excavator's like $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
No, right.
I think one of us needs a job first. One of us.
Okay, I vote for you. I got work to do myself.
Hey, gear grinding.
Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Evening to you. Yeah, GoPro with a head strap. That works good, but the stupid GoPros, the batteries are horrible.
They are horrible, but I do love them because they're
good
tough.
quality. They have good quality, but I haven't seen it. But actually, we put the GoPro on time lapse, and while I was doing all my dirt work the other day, so that's yet to come. It'll be coming out.
Yep.
But no, that just that area. I mean, there's so much wood to get through there. Actually, we've already figured out the solution. We still may need a little mini excavator with a thumb on it, but we're going to either rent one of those big daddy wood chippers, and then we can just come and scoop wood chips out of there. We move the wood to a place where we can chip,
mm-hmm.
and then we can go in with Mabel and get a bucket after bucket of wood chips out of there.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do that with the big pieces though. We have to take down some big trees in our itchery for electric.
Yeah, but those aren't going to be wood chip trees. Those are going to be chainsaw mill trees,
mm-hmm.
and some planks, or
maybe we'll make some table, maybe some
I was thinking decking. Some decking.
Out of white oak?
I didn't say the white oak. I just said there's trees in there. I didn't specify as to what tree. To be determined.
So we'll be doing a lot of, if we're doing it for decking, we'll be doing a lot of sanding and sealing.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's going to be Sliverville.
Going to be what?
Sliverville.
Oh, Sliverville. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, right. You'd take a hand planer and you'd knock the burrs and stuff off of it. Okay. Don't you worry.
I won't.
Don't you worry your pretty little head. That's so, hey, How to Garden. Yeah.
How to Garden. I need to watch some of your stuff so I can learn how to grow those great onions. He grows great onions.
Onions are delicious.
And we love our onions.
We do. Especially if we can grow Walla Walla onions.
We can't grow Walla Walla onions here.
Because it's not Walla Walla?
Yeah, no, because we're not Oregon. They're a long day onion.
Well, Oregon isn't in Walla Walla anyway.
We're in the short day onion area. And Walla Walla's are long day.
I don't know what you speak.
I know, it's foreign language to you.
Yeah, so can only grow them in the north. Yeah, that makes sense. But I'll tell you.
So Rebel, you could probably grow them.
We got. We'd go when they had them on. They'd bring them at Costco, a 10-pound bag for like $7-8, and we'd get. This last year we didn't get as many as we usually get, but we'd get.
Because we knew we were going to move.
Yeah, the prior year I think we probably got.
I think we almost used all of them up though.
We got probably 4 or 5 bags or more.
Mm-hmm.
We just love us some.
Cut them up
onions.
And freeze them, and then you have them for whenever you want to make something.
Milling some lumber, huh? Yeah. That's always good. I mean, we have it. I mean, right now we're waiting for a fellow to come survey the land because we just have so many pines that need to have growth and would rather have the hardwoods coming in than the pine. But
yeah.
Doing what? Alyssa Craig.
Okay.
Huh. Cool. But yeah, so tiny house coming this week, weather permitting.
Weather permitting. Praying.
Weather permitting, and
God, please let it come. Hold back the rain.
It'll come when it's supposed to come. It is what it is. But after that is where the challenge really begins. Mm-hmm. That's when all the work.
Hi, Idaho Garden Girl.
Hey, Idaho Garden Girl. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Well, I never see, but long time no look at.
Well, I saw her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I watch her videos.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't leave a comment today. I got distracted by something. Laundry. But I did watch a video today.
Nice.
Good job on the exercise.
Yeah, so anyway, tiny house this week, box blade this week, hopefully rotary cutter this week would be amazing.
That would be amazing to cut through that.
Because again, we're going to have some video coming out and you guys will see it, but this grass, when you look at it, it's like, it's nothing, nothing to it.
It's only 5 feet tall.
Nothing to see here. Oh no, it's 5 feet tall. Mm-hmm. And it is.
So Faye would get lost in it.
Yeah. She could hide standing straight up.
Yep.
So it's but it's a little deceptive. But once I get,
especially on the north side, it's really, really tall.
Well, those thorns are horrible.
Yeah. And you go through the grass, you think you can just, no big deal, I'll just walk through the grass. But then you hit these purple shoots that come up.
Yeah, they're like a dark burnt red, purple.
Yeah, and they got thorns all over them, and then you got these little white things with thorns all over them. So my jeans that I'm wearing right now, my other pair of jeans, I'm getting ruined. So
yeah, my good sweats are ruined now. It's a shame.
Yes, I just see over the tip. Well, more than that, but
yeah, it's something though. But it'll be interesting because I think yeah, we're gonna get it all cut down. Broom sage, we're gonna get it all cut down. We need to get our soil sample into the local co-op. Oh, we did meet a wonderful fellow that came out to kind of look at our septic layout and
I filmed it and then I lost the video. I was so mad at myself because he was like he was wealth of knowledge.
Super nice, but we know that his recommendation is a ton of lime per acre. But he also told us about the local co-op, so we can go over there, bring a soil sample, they'll test it for us, and they'll let us know what our soil needs. But apparently, if you have broom sage, you need lime. So your pH isn't right, and so you need to adjust your pH with lime. So great tip from him. Wonderful fellow.
And he also said, he was talking to us about how the co-op could help us get lime and all of that great stuff.
Hey, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Good evening to you. They even here's the thing. So let's go, Brandon. Just had to think about that because inflation, if you guys didn't notice, was up the highest rate in 40 years. Again, FJB. Oh, I mean, sorry. Anyway, interestingly enough.
Hey, Sour Pickle, how you doing?
Hey, Sour Pickle. Interestingly enough, so lime's $30 a ton delivered, and but they won't have any until this summer, maybe. Why? I don't know. Some shortage.
Well, are we surprised? Everything
yeah, you can't
get
anything. I mean, and it's really interesting. Oh, I used to work for an ag agency. Cool. Yeah, everything's in shortage. I mean, you go to Walmart and, the shelves at Walmart, I've never seen them in my lifetime be this bare. So wood ash, okay, good to know. So, yeah, he's done the greatest job creating the economy. Let's not talk about politics. We'll be here all night. And YouTube will censor us.
We need to figure out how to do some wood ash.
Yeah, you burn massive piles of wood.
No, it's just not that simple.
Yeah, we have wood ash down at the lumber mill that they burn every day.
Okay.
That's pretty simple. If we get a dump truck and put it in there. Anyway.
And just put it all over the garden.
$30 a ton delivered, and they'll actually spread it on the property. So yes, once we get all our broom sage cut down, and then we'll keep it cut down, then those natural grasses will start to come in. We'll get planted for pasture grass once we get it limed. So
we're also looking for a couple of our neighbors. We noticed they have some really bad spent hay, and we were going to think about calling them or getting a hold of them somehow.
When he's out by his tractor, we can strike up some conversation, Madonna style.
Yeah, because a lot of time there's good seed in there. If you roll it out onto your pasture,
it helps.
It helps.
Helps put the organic matter down into the soil as well, as it sits there and breaks down and does its thing. Yeah, just say Truck Trudeau. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Wow, that's a whole nother thing. That's crazy. That's shutting down. I just read an article about that. I haven't been looking at the news, luckily for you guys. So I don't have that to my go-to because I'm too busy. But it's interesting how much goods crosses that Ambassador Bridge every year. It's
So
a huge throughput from parts moving back and forth from U.S. to Canada, and the old Canuckies here real soon, and probably the U.S. folks are going to do something about that, I would imagine, because they're not going to just let that bridge stay blocked, because there's a tremendous amount. I had the article this morning.
you
But yeah,
read the news again?
I said, are you not paying
I
attention?
am, but I'm.
No, you're not. I said I read stock news this morning.
Oh, and it just happened to be there somehow.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, because anyway, so interesting. We'll see how long that situation goes on, and all this foolishness with Ukraine. Wow. What do you even say about that?
Thank you, Louis. It's good
What
to
do
know.
you even say about that? We won't. We'll keep it moving.
We'll keep it moving.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Blind Biden and the bunker basement Joe.
Out.
Yeah. Just can't get any stupider than that. Oh, sorry. Anyway,
You're
sorry,
gonna
I got
drive people
sidetracked.
away.
I got sidetracked. No, if they get driven away, then good. By all means, keep driving. So, yeah. Box blade, rotary cutter, lime is in the works when we can get some. Tiny house getting set.
We got plenty of wood to burn, and
Oh, geez, we have so much wood that we could, with all the stuff that's on the ground right now, we could not cut down a tree. We could not cut down a tree probably for years.
mm-hmm.
And even with the deadfall, deadfall and then the continued deadfall, stuff that will die,
yeah,
and fall over,
mm-hmm.
we won't need to cut any trees for actual wood, although I think I'm going to take some of our pines and I'm going to work on some split rail beds. So it's going to be one of my projects. But
yep,
also,
nice furniture.
Also, we have coming up, we have
biochar, yes. Do you have a video on that?
I make biochar for your gardens.
Yeah.
So, box blade, disc cutter, tiny home getting set, tiny home getting finished, cutting the field, getting all the down lumber out.
Hello, Beverly.
Hello, Beverly Moffat. Cleaning up the deadfall, planting a garden. Our well should be in another 3 months. We have power to run. Septic
is being pushed back because they want to see where we're putting our houses.
Well, now we have a much better picture, but
right.
2 weeks ago they said, hey, you need to give us you need to stake everything out. And I'm like, we don't even know what this dirt looks like. So now we have a really good idea. Actually, in this pad, if I'm guessing, I bet you this pad is 300 feet long by...
It's an easy football field or more.
Yeah, 300 foot long by, geez, probably 90 feet wide.
Which is about an acre.
Easily. Yeah. It's more than a football field.
It looks really small when you fly over it, though. Look for that video. We got a drone, guys.
You're not supposed to tell them that stuff?
Well, no, they know. Because I put out that video of you taking it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So look for that footage. You can see what we're doing from the air now.
A leach bed, yeah. Yeah, the state here actually, so the only requirement that we have for code is we have to have septic permitted. Hey, Pennsylvania fishing. We have a septic to get permitted, and they need to inspect electrical, but there's no actual, well, they inspect it, so, but that's it. So um,
And if you guys, as we're filming, have ideas for
please
us,
chime in.
please chime in because we're newbies at a lot of this
No,
stuff.
don't talk about yourself here.
I'm-
Laura knows everything.
I've
I don't
been
know anything.
I've been
And so,
gardening
hey,
for
I'm trying to talk.
okay. I've been gardening.
Hey, I'm still trying to talk. Laura knows everything. I myself, I don't know anything. So
This is so
I'm welcome and open to suggestions. And if you see me doing something that isn't quite so smart, then great, point it out. I have a fairly thick skin. See if you can get weeping tiles for your septic. Well, Lewis, they're going to tell us, good old TDEC it's called, they're going to tell us exactly what's permitted with our land, with our soil. Luckily for us, we have a lot of area with which to distribute a leach field, etc. But the state will actually tell us what we can install for a system, what can be installed, and then they'll inspect accordingly. So we're kind of limited.
one of the things I think that we'll insist of is concrete.
Yeah, we want a concrete vault.
Because the ones that they've been making for out here,
The plastic.
the plastics, they've been collapsing on people because of the soil, the clay soil here. So that's one thing we'll be insisting on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and they're more expensive, of course.
Of course. And I can see, I mean, we drive by this place every day, every time we go out to the property, and they have these plastic ones sitting in front of a business, and
So building supply company.
a building supply company, and you could see why they'd be caving in. They don't look very strong.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, people have talked about that they're fine, they work okay, but the concrete vault can't really go wrong with that. We also have, we're going to need to dig us we have to dig us a storm shelter or a place of refuge. I don't think you can, depending on what its characteristics are, you can't call it that. But so we got so many things going on.
I spelled please.
Her shameless plug. Please give us a thumbs up to please the algorithm. Her master.
Stop.
It's true. Believe you me, it's true. I hear about this all the time about YouTube and its algorithm and what needs to happen, how it needs to happen. And
speaking about algorithms,
yes,
we've accomplished 2 goals.
It wasn't a goal that we necessarily. Well, I didn't even think about it, but yes, please share.
We hit 600 subscribers.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much.
And how many views?
100,000 views.
100,000 views.
I'm kind of more impressed with the 100,000 views. You got a natural spring. Oh, yeah, that's nice. We do have a spring, but
we have 2 of them.
Yeah, but it's not going to do enough. Not going to do enough for us. But
and we have looked into what is that? That pump?
Oh yeah, it's a ram pump.
A ram pump,
which is pretty cool.
Which would be nice to use maybe in the back of the property somehow.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have so much of a drop, and then you have to run the tubing, and I mean, it's pretty cool, and it's pretty simple. It's not mechanical. It's just all hydraulically driven via water, which is amazing. How to garden? What do you mean? Where did we get the property? I mean, whom did we buy it from, or did we go through a real estate agency, or what is your specific question? I'll be happy to answer. We have, yeah. So this is going to be a busy year. I think we're going to blink, and it's going to be over, because as it stands right now, we're
so busy.
100 miles a day,
and we haven't barely started yet.
No, all we've done is All we've done is clear some dirt and knock over some trees.
Mm-hmm.
And but Hong Kong Fluey did a
So,
number on us for a bit. Back stronger than ever. Strong
yeah,
like bull.
cough every once in a while. We're
Yeah,
okay.
I still don't have my sense of smell, although I do smell the dump as I go by, so that's progress.
But you're
Um,
not tasting still.
no, I still can't taste really anything. I can taste a little bit of sweet. My tongue just knows it's sweet. And if I had some horrible seltzer the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this stuff sucks," and I can't even smell or taste. We're in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee,
Central. Yeah.
Middle Tennessee, they call it here.
Okay. That's right. That's why they have the 3 stars, everybody. They
Yep,
have
we figured that out. 3 stars
south
for
or for
for
yep.
south, middle, and over there.
No, what did that guy say the other day? You don't say the north. You go north or go when you're giving directions, you say over yonder
Yeah,
or
right.
we
Yeah.
were corrected the other day. You don't say go south, go south, west.
Yep. Gotcha, Daniel. Yeah, we're gonna get some IBC totes. Back in my oil field days, use those quite often. Need to get some pallet forks from a tractor for Mabel. She needs her some pallet forks.
Mm-hmm.
So Mabel will have her 3 implements fairly soon: box blade, disc cutter,
We also need a
and
place to lay those things down, so we're going to get
some pallet forks. Some place to lay what stuff down.
our implements down, not in the grass
No,
and the
no. He
dirt.
said if we took our loader off, we
Oh,
certainly wouldn't want to put that on the ground because it's too
okay.
heavy. But we're not taking our loader off. So, um, yeah, that's another thing. We do want
Something in
to.
my light.
Sorry, we do want to. We do want to. So we're going to do IBC totes. We are going to collect rainwater. Because again,
Especially for the garden. We'll probably
yeah,
continue to do that for the garden,
yeah,
even after we get a well.
yeah. Why not? Because we can.
Rainwater is best for the garden, right, guys?
Um, Artesian well, yeah, that's nice. Um, yep, and we'll do that. We'll do that on our pole barn as well. And we're going to build a pretty big pole barn. We've
Mm-hmm.
decided. Tiny house, big pole barn, happy husband.
All
That's the
the
way that's going to
junk
be
goes
work.
in the pole barn.
Yeah, so none of the junk clutters up the house.
Yep.
And plus, Mabel needs to be out of the weather. That gal.
I think you're in love with your tractor.
Yeah, you could say that. She does great work.
She does do great work. You do this and she picks it up and throws it away and
Yeah, she's a tough old gal. Man, she'll do whatever I ask her within reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Pick it up. Oh, sure, you say. How high? Yes, can I lift higher? Shall I dump more? Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Rainwater over city water.
Yeah, Mabel needs a house. So that's another big project this year. After tiny house gets finished or during tiny house construction, we will start making preparations for pole barn construction.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't touch the laptop screen. So, pole barn. And I don't know, I'm thinking it's going to be, yeah, she sure does. I'm thinking pole barn's going to be 40 by 64. So we're going to have a tiny, tiny house and a big pole barn. Oh, yeah, no doubt. It already is making our life easier. And
Yeah.
again, by the time we can rent a seed drill, I think, from the co-op as well. So we don't need to go buy one of those. But
I wonder if we can rent a pole. What's that? Post digger?
oh, we'll probably just end up buying a post hole digger. They're not super expensive. But yeah, the postal digger, we're going to need that probably as well. But yeah, I'm thinking the
Got
pole
all these
barn.
pines we can make fences with.
Yeah, I'm thinking the pole barn's going to be 40 by 64. So basically, we'll have this little tiny house, and we'll have a giant pole barn, and Mabel will have her overnight resting quarters, and I can crawl down on the cement and get her all greased up, make her pretty, clean her out.
Should I be jealous?
No, she's green and inanimate. Christy Betts, yep, that's not bad. Tiny house living. Yeah, you're gonna see it here. Our ideas are probably so in Canada for the. I'm looking at what Lewis said. Yeah, with just you. I mean, with Laura and I don't know. I mean, things small. I think it comes with my stature and my frame. It precludes me from doing small things. But so that's why I think that.
Nice to meet you, Christy Betts.
1 year plan, Daniel. We're going to be out of this rental shotgun house in 4 months or less. So, 4 months, I'm saying. So, there's your answer. And it's going to be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. The blood and sweat will probably come from me, and the tears from this one over here. Or they might be from me, it might be reversed.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah. It'd probably be me the one crying and her bleeding and sweating. But
I am like digging trees out by my bare hands while you're in the tractor.
Quit. You're using pruning shears. Yeah. So we're talking from delivery to occupation, 4 months.
We're dreaming 4 months, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Prayers. All that fun stuff.
But yes.
Thank you, Christy.
I'll tell you that the interesting thing is I'm. Oh, aren't you special? Yeah. How about that? I'll tell you the thing that's interesting is. Okay, Stringfield, you have yourself a good night. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. The interesting thing is working the land, and as I'm looking, I can feel low spots in the land as I'm coming across. Teresa, okay. Teresa Stringfield Ridge Farm. Would you stop? I can't see when they put new stuff up there. Then you. Thank you. So 4 months, start to finish, or less, is what I'm looking at. I think it'll be less. I think we'll be able to do it quicker than that. Hey, Southern Boy Prepper, I think we'll be able to beat 4 months. That's kind of just something I dreamed up in my head and said, yeah, 4 months seems adequate. And but what I was saying is, as I'm working the land and I feel the tractor go through low spots, today I noticed some low spots. So I have these two pretty giant piles of dirt that you guys will see here pretty soon. All the scraping and stuff, and kind of trying to level this as best I can.
Right back.
Okay. Now is the time, everybody. She's going to be gone for a minute, so say what you really want. But So working this our house pad, um, it's slow, but also at the same time, it's like, okay, I'm looking at it, I'm looking and seeing um, low spots. I'm thinking, oh man, if I had the right tool, but again, shortage, I don't have what I need to have. Um, but but I'm looking at all these things, and it really gives me time. And when you talk about, yeah, the journey, well, the journey is pretty cool because right now, again, I'm making this house pad, and Laura's helping me too. She is awesome. Don't tell her I said that. Um, this journey is making this house pad, and I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, okay, here really soon, we're going to have this house right here in this spot, and we'll have made this exact spot. We'll have carved it out. We'll have put the rock down, doing all of these things. And this is what our view is going to look like. So it's really exciting. That's really exciting. So um, I did tell her that. I tell her that all the time. Yeah, it's going to be amazing, and we're so excited for this journey. So excited you guys are coming along with us, and it's a lot of fun. Um, sitting behind a desk, it sucks. Been chained to a desk for the last 6 years, and man, I'll take the crappiest day homesteading compared to the best days sitting behind a desk looking at reports and Excel and accounting and blah blah blah. I know, we'll be quiet now that she's here to witness.
I heard that.
What'd you hear?
I heard that you don't like accounting.
Oh yeah, that's all I said.
I can, go back and watch the tape.
You can, and then I'll be in trouble. But so it's exciting because looking at this pad, and I mean, I'm studying it at 0.9 miles per hour as I'm grading and scraping, and but looking at it and knowing that, again, this week I thought all of our windows were going to point south. Well, now they're going to point east. It's a better view. We're going to end up putting put a deck out there, and then we'll cover the deck as well. So it'll be pretty nice. It'll keep all the main sun off the windows, but then still allow us to kind of sit out on the deck and look down.
My dream is to enclose it with
Yeah, she wants a screened in porch.
I think that would be great for you put a table out there, you can eat out there when it's not too hot or not too cold.
Right. And I will tell you, if you guys are ever thinking about, are you going to get a cab
on your tractor?
Better than being in Oregon. I don't, what are you even talking about, Bruce? I don't even think of this place you speak of anymore.
That's not true.
I'm so glad we're gone. That's it, period, in a sentence. Thank you, move on. If you're ever thinking about, regardless of your climate, do you want a cab? Do you want a tractor with a cab in it? Or are you just going to, have your little cover over the top of it? Or are you not going to have any cover? I will tell you, if it's an $8,000 delta the change, right? For you math people. Delta is the change. $8,000 delta, I don't care all day long. I don't care if I'd have to lick the floor at a peep show. I'd get me a cab on my tractor.
What?
If I had to lick the floor at a peep show.
No, you don't need to say that again. Oh.
I'm getting me a cab on my tractor, a Mabel, or Mabel number 2. It was 30
Mabel's
degrees.
Mabel's going to live forever. There's going to be
she
no
Mabel. She is, because we're going to
2.
take good care of her.
Can't afford a Mabel number
2. No, but I mean, do you get a cab on your tractor? Do you not? Absolutely. I know it's gross, Faye. You absolutely do get a cab on your tractor. Because it was 30 degrees and windy this morning while Sleeping Beauty over here was slumbering. And I went out and warmed Mabel up. I warmed Mabel up and got in there and put the heat on for a little bit and then had to turn it off because it gets too warm.
No, we do have a cover. That's what we're saying, Sour Pickle.
Yes, you have. Yes, if you want a cab, absolutely get a cab on your tractor. If it's $8,000, pay the eight. That's what this was. Pay the $8,000. I wouldn't question it. I never had a tractor before. We've never owned a tractor before, but I'll absolutely tell you, get a cab on your tractor because not only that, I mean, we have allergies and all this grass and all this chaff and stuff blowing up in your face. Um, yeah, it keeps all of that off of you. And it is amazing. The air conditioning is also quite wonderful. Exactly. There must be a reason. Yeah, the reason is they're smart. No, I don't have a CD player in it or a radio. I could add that later, but I'll probably just put my little boombox in there because
he plays it through his ears, his hearing aids.
Yeah, I can, but when I'm in Mabel, I don't want to have my hearing aids on anyway because it's somewhat noisy. So
okay.
I'll put my little Bluetooth speaker in there because I have I will say, Mabel, she's wonderful. She has a normal size drink holder. She has an extra large drink holder, and she has another drink holder. I mean, who's going to do all these drinking? Who's going to do all these drinkings? So,
well, if you're out there all day, you need 3 cups of water.
Yeah. Internet, luckily for us, will be provided with our electricity. Again, provided to us at $11 a foot and 4,000 feet. So, yeah, exactly. All the dust and all the crap that gets blown up. I mean, especially all this broom sage. You should see the filters, the screen decks that I've cleaned in the compartment. It already has a screened cover around the engine, and then you pull the filters out, and they're just packed.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be breathing in all of that stuff. But again, the wind today. Yesterday it was really bad, but today it wasn't so bad. But today was cold. Today was 30 degrees and wind probably 10, 15, 20 miles an hour. So I could have been out there doing it, but it would have been miserable. I mean, even when you're picking up a big scoop of dirt and you're dumping it, I mean, all that dust blow back on you. So anyway, Mabel is a sexy beast. That's all I got to say. And she works hard. All I got to do is give her a little bit of liquid, give her a little bit of grease. She'll do whatever I ask. That's all I got to say about that.
Sorry.
Upstate New York. Wow. Welcome. And welcome. Upstate, so that means you're out of the craziness, presumably. I hope.
Hey, Diggs.
Lotion. Okay.
Grease.
Grease is the motion lotion. And, speaking of that, I just had to get me a Excalibur grease guns on its way, but
everything that he has a Excalibur hammer,
sledgehammer,
an Excalibur axe, all his big stuff, that
knife.
He's just an Excalibur kind of guy.
Yep, everything's Excalibur. Excalibur tape gun, Excalibur axe. Yeah. So, yeah, there's going to be, like I said, we're going to blink and this year will be over.
Yeah, I think so.
But
we're so busy. It's not funny. And I'm trying to keep up with everybody, but it's just so hard to get out to everybody's lives and things. We're just working so hard.
Well, we're not yet, but we will be.
Yeah.
Right now is the calm before the storm, is the reality of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, I've never done electrical. I'm going to learn, though. We're probably going to do the inside of the cabin and finish it in pine. We're going to have to get, hey, Ark Wildman Survival.
Hello, howdy.
Howdy doody. We, good night, Daniel. We're going to probably do pine on the interior. Gonna have to insulate it. Gonna have to do all the electrical. The plumbing will all be to the north. Well, no, now it's going to change. The plumbing will all be to the west. As far as our hookups, but see also this pad that we built has to be. We have to be able to see. It's why it's so big as it is right now, because we have to see where the pole barn's going to go, and then eventually where the real Hedgehog Manor house will go.
Right. But it's the septic people that want to see where each place is going to be, because we're asking for a bigger septic than you would usually have for a tiny home.
You have to have a room. You have to have a septic room. You have to have. So if we have a shower or a utility room in the pole barn, which we're going to have, because that gets it out of our tiny home, you have to. That's considered one room.
No, we want to have it in our tiny home.
No, we're going to have a bathroom in our tiny home. The pole barn is going to have the utility closet / washer and dryers and sinks.
It's news to me. I guess we need to talk about this.
It's not news to you. We've talked about this.
Okay. We need to talk about this.
Whatever. She's pretending like she doesn't know. We've discussed this how many times? What I'm saying is, septic permit wise, that's considered a room. You can only have up to 5 rooms before you have to have a different septic design. We're talking about septic design here, not what our eventual plans are. If we have one in the tiny house, that's one room. We have a utility closet in the pole barn, that's one room. If we have a house then down the road with 3 bedrooms,
that's 5
then
rooms.
that's 5 rooms. So you have to account for 5 rooms. And if you try to go to a 6-room system, that's what's really expensive and requires all kinds of engineering. We're not going to go down that path because that's ridiculous. So
how much is that?
It's a whole engineered system. An engineer has to draw out the whole system.
Oh my goodness.
So expensive. We're not doing that. So at the most, we can have 5 rooms. So again, the tiny house, 1 room. The pole barn, 1 room, because it has laundry room, processing for canning, butchering, these kind of things. And then a house, a 3-bedroom house. All of that could sit on 1 septic permit. But again, we're talking about the septic permit. We're not talking about what we're doing necessarily with all of our plans. So there's that. But also, all of these systems have to be able to coexist with one another. The well has to be able to service the tiny home and the pole barn and the eventual house. So that's one thing to consider. And then the septic has to be tied into all of those things for each place. Yeah, we've talked about that.
We actually need one of those, I think, until we get our...
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Just because we're going to be out there basically from...
Even if it's one of those tents.
Yeah, I mean, we need something. Because, when nature calls, you must answer.
Nature calls a lot sometimes.
Nature likes to call her an awful lot.
No.
I'm kidding. So, what else? Lots of stuff.
I learned a lot. It's too bad Gil's not here. I wanted to thank him for having.
Gil was in here, unless he already left.
Yeah. I learned a lot the other night on his channel.
Last night?
About what I can do for the garden in the clay soil. And I forget that guy's name. Mr. Green something. I need to go back and look at Gil's channel and find this guy. Because he was talking about I could break down the soil with salt, Epsom salt. And that's great so I'm excited. I'm excited about getting on there and gardening and doing all that I was doing back in Portland. I mean,
Green Wizard?
Green Wizard, yes. Okay. Thank you. Yep. I need to get his book. The Green Thumb Prepper.
His name is Ron. Green Wizard. Good to know. Thanks so much.
I love how Tammy remembered. That's awesome. So lots of stuff still going on. I'm planning on. We were talking about taking some of the pines when we take them down, making beds out of them. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Maybe any of you guys, if you know, it's okay.
What do you
mean? Just because some people say pines aren't good for beds because there's a lot of acid. Well, pine needles. There's a lot of thoughts and rules of thumbs out there about different things.
Rules of thumbs.
Rules of thumbs. Right? Kind of like my which away.
some thumbs rules.
Yep. Hey, whatever works.
Yeah. Strategery.
Strategery. Yeah. So I just because it's and what I learned basically I need to start my beds like I did in Oregon, except for a couple different things that I can add to that. And what I did is horticulture in Oregon. Sorry.
You gotta quit smoking.
I need to quit having allergies.
You need to quit smoking and probably a good start.
I don't
Me too.
smoke.
I gotta quit too.
Lots of people do around here though. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people did in Portland too. It's just I'm always baffled when people smoke. What was I saying? Oh, in Oregon,
you gotta start your beds differently.
Right, but in Oregon, how I did it is I put a bunch of branches and things of, trimmings from
grass
clippings and leaves and all kinds of stuff. And then we did our racking house.
Hey, Corky.
Hey, Corky.
Corky Courtney.
We did our racking.
Corky.
We did our racking house. And basically we did a covering so the rabbits would stay dry. We had 5 rabbits when we started. And we had the chickens would go in there to stay dry from the rain, which was a lot in Oregon. And they would dig through what the rabbits put down. And we put bedding about almost a foot.
It was pretty thick. Yeah.
A foot high. And then every year, 2 years, I added that to my garden beds, and we had a lot of really fruitful garden.
Your garden was amazing.
So we want rabbits and chickens so we can do that again.
Yep.
And we might have them scratch and work the area before we get our gardens down on there.
Yeah, we might get us a couple pigs and
Mm-hmm.
start them a rooting and tooting and hollering and whatnot.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, we have. I mean, you want to look at the overall picture when you have all the pasture stuff we have to get done.
Yeah. Hey, Courtney.
Get the pasture. You already said hi.
Did I? Oh, well, I'm saying hi again.
Here's your blonde is showing.
My blonde is showing. See?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, pasture stuff and fencing and
Mm-hmm.
paddocks and, permaculture and,
We're really into the permaculture thing.
yeah, absolutely, because it's nature working for you. I mean, it makes so much sense. Joel Salatin is amazing. We got to get to an event sometime
Yeah,
where he's speaking, and
yeah.
so we can go kind of. I mean, we see a lot of it on YouTube too, but I mean, he's amazing. Just it just makes sense. It's
Mm-hmm.
common sense, and it's working with the land and not against it.
Right.
And I mean, right now, I guess we've talked about all this work and all these things that we have to do, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a lot to do, right? But I'll tell you
I've
that
never been more excited to do work.
there you go. Exactly, because that's it right there.
Yeah.
Is all of this stuff is kind of what we've dreamed of. And that's why we, this year especially, we talk about, chase your dreams. And that's what we're doing. We're chasing our dreams. And so, yeah, there's going to be a lot of tired days, and she's cranky, and I'm, the picture of joy, and usually the opposite, if you can imagine. And there's going to be some of those days, but at the end of the day, it's going to be amazing because it's us. It's
Right.
what we've dreamed about. We've been talking about this really since we first met 25 years ago. It's pretty amazing because we only been married for 4 years, but it feels like 25. But when we first met, we talked about, I told her, I said, yeah, I'd love to have some land someday.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to be able to have animals, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have any close neighbors.
I think I was the one that wanted more animals than you did. And
Well,
I always
I mean,
wanted chickens, and he was like, not here in the city.
Yeah, but
And then we got chickens and ducks and turkeys and rabbits
the ducks were cool though.
and meat chickens.
Mario and Luigi.
Yeah,
Those
they
were some cool ducks, but then they got too frisky with all the ladies and two boys and in a house full of girls, and
Yeah,
they'd tear all the
with all the
feathers
lady
off the back of their
chickens.
tear all the feathers off the back of their neck,
Mm-hmm.
pinning them down. Luigi was the slow one,
Mm-hmm.
and slow both physically and mentally, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But Luigi would help Mario. Mario was the dominant Drake, and he'd
Mm-hmm.
jump up on him and try to do his little duck business with him.
It
But
was
they'd pin him.
hilarious.
Well, it wasn't hilarious when they picked on the crippled chicken.
Right. Then
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. I miss those ducks so. And then of course they got out of that season, and then they were back in with the chickens, but we had to separate them
for months.
Well, they went through that because
they were relentless.
Mario lost weight, a lot of weight.
Yeah, he was just chasing those chickens like there's no tomorrow. Kind of like I chase her around.
Yeah.
I don't need to chase her because I already caught her.
The awesome thing about what we're doing is that we really enjoy working together.
Most of the time we do.
We have our moments, but most of the time...
She has her moments, yes.
I have my little meltdowns.
No, I mean, that's the thing is, so there's a lot to be done, but it really is a labor of love.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, again, like I was saying earlier, just looking at the house pad and thinking, okay, we're going to have a little house right here. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be able to sit and enjoy. And
we got to design it.
We're designing it. Everything is what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's exciting. And I mean, hey, Carol, I saw a thing about Don Baskins earlier this week. Didn't watch it, but it made me think of you. But we get to have all of this in our hand, and I grew up in apartments. I never lived in a house until I bought my own house. The crazy thing is that Mabel cost roughly half of my first house.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if I should be scared or I'm just dumb. I'm probably a little bit of everything, but
Probably.
yeah, Mabel was my yeah.
Let me be quick to agree.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for being so quick to agree. Mabel was half of my first house.
Well, your
And
first house wasn't very expensive, though.
we still don't, regardless of how expensive or inexpensive it was, it's
Right.
still half of a house.
Right. In some areas.
Oh,
In the area we just came from, it's a fourth of a house?
no, a tenth of our house.
Oh, a tenth of our house.
Yeah, so you can. Interestingly enough, I just got a thing from Redfin saying what the value of the house, the house that we sold was, and it's saying now. I'm not going to say the number.
Okay.
But it's saying now that it's basically up about $50,000 from when we just sold it, November 12th. So good for you, Mr. Pointer. And it's all good. It's a great house. I mean, I miss our house. Well, I don't.
Benjamin Pointer is the new owner.
Well, great. Way to shout him out. That's why I just said Pointer.
Okay, sorry.
Whatever. He'll get over it. The point is that where was I going with that? The point is I miss the house in the sense that
if it was on
all of our stuff. Oh no! If we could have picked that house up and we could have planted it right in our property, then we would be like pigs in poo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but we would probably expand the kitchen somehow.
Oh no, the kitchen, it was definitely too small. Yeah. Our tiny home kitchen will be bigger than the kitchen that was.
I don't know if it will be
in our house. Yeah, it will.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or it'll be close to the same size. It'll actually probably be bigger because it's going to be in a
big island.
It's going to be in an L shape. The kitchen is going to be in an L, so all the cupboards and stuff will be in an L. Then we could put an island right in there, and then you have the living room, and then you have our bedroom and a bathroom. So yeah. Yeah, it would be possible, but yes, it would be a lot. I did look at a modular building that was for sale in Oregon, and I think they wanted $12 a mile or something. So, what's $40,000 to move something?
Yeah.
But that was a modular, not a house. So, but anyway, so the reality is that there's a lot of work to be had, but it's our work. And oh yeah, our kitchen at our house was definitely too small for us.
Most of these guys saw our kitchen, but we are big cookers and bakers, and we're not doing any of that right now. We just don't have time. But
yeah, fridge across from the dishwasher. Yeah, that's kind of what we have now. I mean,
yeah,
in our lease house, rental house, but yeah, good work and hard work, but good work and
yeah, work that you put your head on a pillow at night and sleep hard.
Well, and again, I mean, I can't say it any different than looking at this pad and thinking, okay, well, our house is going to go here.
Yeah.
A septic is going to go here. A pole barn is going to go here. Future house going to go here.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about all of those things
And
and
we're
starting to see that in my mind.
We're still planning on ICF
Yes.
for that house. So
Cookers, bakers, and candlestick makers.
yeah.
Yeah, we still want to do ICF when we get there, but we got to see what that looks like, because it might take some time for the economy to. I mean, this inflation is ridiculous. So
We will be building a storm shelter.
yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
So
Um,
as long as we get the storm warning, we're okay.
and if we don't, we're okay.
Yeah, you go to our maker. That's
Yep. Off in a whirlwind, like Enoch or Enosh, whoever it was. Enoch. I think it was Enoch. He lived 300 years and he was no more. So, yeah. Good enough for him, good enough for me.
Yep. Well, yeah.
Hey, Josh.
Nope.
Jones. And,
Not your friend.
Yeah, I know. I see. So, yep. Good stuff. I'm glad that Laura can keep up with you guys, that she.
Thank you, fishes. She got him before me.
Laura's able to catch you guys on some lives, and usually I'm already about sleeping.
Yeah.
It's the way it goes around here. Oh, Enoch, thank you, Carol. So, but yeah, so exciting work, good work, and happy to share it with all you guys as we kind of move along.
This is running faster than this.
What's up?
This is running faster than I can. Yeah. Anyways, it's odd. It's usually the other way. StreamYard usually runs slower. So.
Well, it's still behind. YouTube is behind StreamYard.
It's at the same right now. It's weird. Thank you, Backwoods. Try to come back again. Anyways.
So.
Yep, just lots of good stuff. It's so hard going to Rural King and not picking. Oh man, they had silkies there the other day, and I was gonna sneak some home in my pocket.
Yeah.
So
she's a chicken loving fool, this one. Although, I mean, chickens are. Hey, Charles, right? How the heck are you? Chickens are cool animals, though. I mean,
yeah,
especially you get laying chickens, and they go and scratch everything up, and they give you eggs, and I mean,
they make you compost. They do all this stuff.
They're definitely the worker bees of the chicken world.
Yeah.
I mean, chickens are cool animals just in general, what they do. But especially the eggs. Yeah. Love fresh eggs. I mean, they crack and just so easily. Compared to the store-bought eggs that you're sitting here beating against the side of your sink to try to crack them. But yeah, chickens. We're gonna get there. I don't. Once we're on the property full time, then we'll be able to start. We need to get our new puppy.
Yeah, we need a guardian dog.
I don't know about guardian dog. We need a new puppy.
We do?
Yeah. Old boy's getting long in the tooth, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That sucks.
We're talking about Astro.
Astro Jetson, the 85-pound lap dog.
Mm-hmm.
Getting long in the tooth, that old boy. Talk about a good dog. That's going to be a sad day. But, so kind of need to get his replacement on board. And, well, no dog's going to replace him, but he's special. He's just a real sweet. He's just got a sweet temperament. Yeah, the guardian dogs are. They have them around here, and they definitely are.
I definitely want a guardian dog too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when you walk down our driveway,
Yeah. See the coyote scat full of hair.
Full of hair, and it's like every 20 feet in some spots, and it's like wow. And then we have pictures of them on the property too.
Yeah, on the game cams.
On the game cams. My brother-in-law has game cams up. I need to ask him for some of those photos because it'd be neat to share. But yeah, it's crazy.
What?
German Shepherd's as good as well.
Yeah, but is the scar at which side of my face?
What?
Where's the scar?
Right here?
Yeah, that's a German Shepherd. Right here, wherever it is, I can't point.
It's right here.
Oh, whoops. You got to point.
You got to point the other way.
What? Which way? I'm backwards.
Right there. He's got a little scar.
Yeah. That's getting bit in the face from a German Shepherd, but
I love German Shepherds.
And then I got it's not a scar so much anymore, but a bitch lab caught me on the back of my hamstring as I was walking by. Just that didn't feel very good. Krav Maga. Okay. You get him, Carol. But yeah, so I mean, that's where we are. It's what we're looking like, and
where we be.
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good year.
Yep.
So what else you got to say, love?
That's about it today. Yep.
Yep. Stay tuned next week.
Yeah, we got lots of fun things to share.
Yep. I should have some nice videos coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on our production quality. My creative director has been hounding me mercilessly.
Yeah, we got a really good editing software and taking advantage of the good cameras we have.
Yeah, taking the time, and so hopefully we'll kind of be able to keep working.
Mm-hmm. So our day, we get up in the morning, go to work, an hour away.
Yeah, that 2-hour commute is kind of a killer.
Come home,
big time suck.
Eat dinner, edit, go to bed.
Yep. No rest for the wicked.
Yep. So that's what we're dealing with.
I was like 6 years old, Bruce, or 5 years old, and I was taking the ex-police dog's food, and he decided, I'm pretty sure it was spaghetti if I remember correctly, and he decided he wasn't done with his food yet, so he bit me in my juvenile face. That's that story. So, yeah, happy days.
And then the other one, you were walking.
I was
jogging?
Walking.
Okay.
Yeah, I was walking, and and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, yeah, okay, lab, golden lab. Oh, she's cute, and clamp. Oh, yeah, ouch. I'm sorry to hear that, Charles.
Wow.
That's significant. I have merely a scratch in comparison. So excited for this year, excited for all the things coming, and it's going to change on a daily, weekly basis as we kind of move through things, and we're going to do our very best job to try to bring you guys good product. And at the end, when we look back on our own videos, that's kind of neat too, because we can look and say, oh yeah, I didn't even remember that, because you forget so much of what's going on when you're in the moment. But
especially when it's happening pretty fast. I mean,
and it's just going to get faster.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we've been moving towards this.
For years.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say for years,
Got our
but for
property last
sure.
year.
Yeah, right. But before, yeah. So we bought the property a year ago. I don't think that thing really works anyway. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, Charles. 9 at the time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty horrible.
That's a memory you won't forget.
Yeah, for sure. Um, we bought the property a year ago, and so we've been last 18 months, I would say, because I came out to Middle Tennessee in beginning of October of 20,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
What year is it? 2022?
Yep.
Yeah. So October of 20, and before that, I mean, we had ideas, we had thoughts that, we this is what we wanted to do, but and we were actually looking at real estate kind of all over everywhere and just kind of
Mm-hmm.
thinking, okay, well, maybe we could go here, or maybe we'd go here, or go there, or whatever. But so when I came out here in October of 20, um, then it all just kind of solidified. But so really, over the last 15 months, we've been making actual preparations to come, but we didn't know we were going to be here this soon either.
Right.
We thought
we
we
had
were on
bought the
like
property and we thought,
we're on a 5-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get enough money together that we could really build
Mm-hmm.
really what we wanted to do and kind of work it out. But
And then the stuff hit the fan.
yeah, Hong Kong flu and stupidness that's ravaged the nation.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we're not saying that Hong Kong flu isn't a real thing.
no, absolutely not.
I mean, it wiped us on our butts.
It definitely had a punch to it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But it still isn't everything that they made it out to be. It's just a bunch of fear. And it's fear mongering, really.
And people die from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's usually the fragile people that
people that have died from it have more than, I don't know, my sister-in-law said more than 6 comorbidities was the average. So, I mean, if you have 6 comorbidities, anything's going to come along and take you out. So it's kind of
the flu would take you out.
Right, potentially. Yeah, I mean, if you got pneumonia or something like that in relation to it, but
yeah.
But the yeah, that's pretty horrible. Sorry for that. Sorry for you for that. Yeah. But yeah, the Hong Kong flu came along and basically shut down everybody's world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were stuck, caring for a child that had incredible needs, and you didn't have any outlet.
I had no outlet. I had no.
You didn't. We couldn't get respite. You know. Didn't have any respite, and that was that. So no respite, and for 18 months, no school. And this child loved school.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was, pissed off. He couldn't go to school. He didn't know why he can't go to school. But now all of a sudden he's not going to school. And that was the thing that he absolutely loves in his entire life.
Right.
And
in that area, it was just going to continue down
the
same road.
It's more stupidity. I don't know what's going on out in the Communist Republic. I don't really care anymore, to be honest. I'm over it. Have the T-shirt and on to bigger and better. And it is interesting as we move about and talk to folks around here
Yeah.
about how much they're talking about people moving here, and lots of people are moving here, but
This city is overwhelmed with
oh,
people
it's
that are coming in.
stupid.
The roads are overwhelmed. It's just nuts.
The traffic is stupid on a massive scale. I mean, yeah, but the
We
funny
can't.
thing is that when we talk to people, uh, everybody's really friendly,
Yeah,
and that's
really super
something
friendly.
that's really
Even though
enjoyable.
we're the invaders.
Well, we're not, because we're of similar mindset
Right.
and values.
I can't
And
imagine what they think when they see our license plates. So
I know we'll have to get them changed when it's economically beneficial to do so.
we want to do it when we're have our address forever. Or
Yeah. Hey, reef robber. The reef robber.
how you doing, reef robber?
Um, yeah. So we're going to continue to work that out. But people have been so friendly here, and it's really nice. I mean, again, the tractor guy came out, um, and he didn't even need to. He just came out because he lived 4 or 5 miles away, and I told him we'd be out there.
On our property.
Yeah, and so he said, "Oh, I'll come by and show you some things, and make sure that everything's
Make sure
going
you
well."
don't break the tractor again.
Yeah, I'll make sure I don't break the tractor again. But yeah, and he just came by, and super nice guy, and it's just different, and it's welcome, and it's so refreshing
Yeah, and
to see people that
told us about himself,
yeah.
and you're making friendships there, and you're getting to know your community, and that
Yeah.
wasn't happening where we lived.
Oh, no, I mean, well,
in our little niche it did,
yeah.
but like in other areas of Portland, people would drive into their garage, close the door, and you'd never see them.
Well, I mean, we had good neighbors where we lived.
Yeah.
And all the neighbors, you had the one weird one, and then you had the other four normal ones.
Mm-hmm.
But all the neighbors, I mean, if you needed something, you could ask them, and it wouldn't be like, like, oh, they may do it, but they're gonna hate you later for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like they'd do it if they could do it. Um, so we had good neighbors. It was just the farther outside of that you don't have any idea. I mean, we met the people on the corner, the next cul-de-sac over from us, but other than the people that were in our cul-de-sac,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't know anybody in our little area. Now it wasn't a well, I don't know, there's probably 70 houses down
Mm-hmm.
our road, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
So it wasn't nothing, but it wasn't huge either. We were down a dead end, but
We did get to know the one neighbor that we had. This neighbor, you'd look at the front of his house and he had all these beautiful flowers. And we were walking down, we're taking our kiddo for a walk, and we're walking down this walkway. And I'm like, oh, there's a gate into somebody's backyard.
oh, that's right, yeah.
And
Super neat guy.
older guy.
Forget his name.
He was probably 75, somewhere around there.
Yeah, beautiful garden.
Beautiful vegetable garden.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, wow, we didn't even know this guy had like probably an acre.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But you wouldn't know it
from seeing the front of his house. This was down his backyard ran behind two other houses.
Yeah.
And so and he'd always give vegetables away.
Yeah, he put
in front of his house under a little umbrella. It was so cute.
Over it to keep, so the veggies wouldn't spoil. But yeah, beautiful place. And I mean, the guy was just super nice, and he had all these really exotic kind of flowers. Some of the trees and stuff that he had were really nice. I mean, this guy was a master gardener if there was
Yeah.
one.
There's you
Um,
can go to school and get your master gardener.
I went to school to be a masturbator. I'm a.
You're horrible. You're horrible.
I know. I'm talking about fish, ocean sea, deep fish in ocean.
You did not.
Yeah, I was. Get your mind out of the gutter. What are you thinking about? So, to sum it all up, thanks so much for coming along.
We appreciate you being here.
Indeed, we do. And we like seeing what you guys are doing as well and try to keep up with y'allins.
His hands won't come up. I was going to say, have a hedgy day.
Yes. He's got a.
I think I need a new hedgehog. This one's broken.
He's got a flipper. But yeah, so stay tuned, and we'll catch you later.
We appreciate you guys all coming. God bless you guys.
Yep, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Have a great hedgehoggy night.